This 30-year-old man suddenly woke up reborn inside a baby's body. He figured he was in for some warm, gentle comfort. Instead, the woman screamed at him the very next second.
조용히 자자하라고! 씨발, 너 때문에 내가 커피 한 잔도 배달이 못 마시잖아!
The rage on her face terrified Ethan. Then a man walked in. The woman told him to feed the kid. He seemed decent enough at first, but he pulled out a jar of sesame paste that had expired 6 months ago. He shoved spoonful after spoonful into the baby's mouth.
아이 맛있어.
안 먹어!
The man's expression flipped instantly and he started screaming at the baby. Right then the doorbell rang. It was a police officer and a child protective services worker. The woman immediately stubbed out her cigarette. The man rushed over to wipe the baby's mouth and sprayed air freshener to kill the smoke smell before opening the door. Someone had reported them for harming a baby. The specialist needed to examine the child. Ethan thought to himself,
저 갈비뼈도 부러진 것 같고 심장도 너무 아파요.
just as the specialist was about to unbutton the baby's clothes, the man pulled out his business card, said he worked at a child welfare center. Why on earth would he ever hurt a kid? Then came the family photo, the three of them smiling together. That was all it took to put both visitors completely at ease. They gathered their things and got ready to leave.
안 돼! 안 돼!
Ethan cried as hard as he could, trying to make them stay, but his cry was so loud and strong. The officer actually took it as a sign the baby was perfectly healthy. They apologized to the couple and walked out the door. The second they left, Ethan went completely silent, because those two parents staring at him without moving were absolutely terrifying.
내가 뭘 잘못했다고 경찰까지 오고 지랄이야!
When Ethan came to again, he was standing at the gates of hell. The Grim Reaper told him there are parents in this world who never wanted their children. But Ethan couldn't process any of that. All he could think was that he had the worst luck of anyone alive. Back when he was living, he had finally landed an interview at a major company after years of trying. On the way there, he witnessed a man get hit by a car after running a red light. The man grabbed onto Ethan with his last bit of strength, begging for help. That image was seared into his brain. He walked into the interview completely shaken and bombed it. After that, he sent out hundreds of resumes. Not a single company got back to him. He picked up multiple jobs just to survive, and blamed every bit of it on that accident. 7 years later, Ethan finally got another shot at that same company. But the moment the interview ended, his phone rang. A friend told him the money they had invested together had been stolen. Ethan pounded on the scammer's door in a rage, but there was nothing left to get back. He wanted to vent to his girlfriend, but when he showed up, she already had another guy by her side. Whatever confidence Ethan had left completely collapsed. He broke up with her on the spot. The sky opened up and it started pouring. He got back to his place to find all his stuff thrown outside by the landlord. 2 months of unpaid rent. He scrambled to save what he could in the pouring rain. His last shot was the interview result. It came back as a rejection. The despair hit him all at once and he had nothing left to fight it with. He felt like he had nothing and couldn't think of a single reason to keep going.